Welcome to a brand new episode of Stirring the Cauldron. My name is Amanda and welcome. In today's episode of Stirring the Cauldron, we will discuss mirror locking, why it's important, and how to lock a mirror. If you like learning about the craft, spells, potions, charms, and more, then please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you can be notified every time a new episode of Stirring the Cauldron is uploaded. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Mirrors are everywhere. We gaze into them daily, never really considering what a mirror really is or does. Most people consider a mirror just a reflective piece of glass, but to others, it's an object that can cause great paranoia and fear. The fear of mirrors, known as catastrophophobia or spectrophobia, is a relatively uncommon but real psychological phenomenon. There can be various reasons why some people are afraid of mirrors, and these reasons vary from person to person. Let's discuss a few reasons why people may have a fear of mirrors. So first, superstition and folklore. Many cultures have superstitions and folklore surrounding mirrors. Some believe that mirrors can trap or reflect the souls of the dead, which can be unsettling for those who fear the supernatural. Others associate mirrors with bad luck, curses, or negative entities. The fear of the unknown. For some people, mirrors can represent the unknown or the fear of the unfamiliar. When we look into a mirror, we see our own reflection, but some individuals may become anxious or uncomfortable when confronted with their own image, leading to irrational fears. Body dysmorphic disorder. People who struggle with body dysmorphic disorder, or BDD, may have an irrational fear of mirrors because they obsessively focus on perceived flaws or imperfections in their appearance. Mirrors can be a source of anxiety and distress for individuals with BDD. The fear of ghosts or spirits. Now, this is kind of the big one. Some individuals believe that mirrors can be portals for spirits or entities from the spirit world. People with a fear of ghosts or supernatural entities may avoid mirrors out of concern that they might see something frightening or unexplainable in the reflection. Cultural media influence. Okay, movies, television shows, and literature often portray mirrors as objects associated with horror and the supernatural. These depictions can contribute to the fear of mirrors for some individuals, especially if they have vivid imaginations or are highly suggestible. Traumatic experiences. A person's fear of mirrors can also stem from past traumatic experiences or events associated with mirrors. For example, witnessing a traumatic event in a mirror or having a mirror fall or shatter near them might lead them to a fear of mirrors. Mirror gazing and hallucinations. In some cases, staring at one's reflection in a mirror for an extended period, especially in dim lighting, can lead to a phenomenon known as strange face illusion or mirror gazing, where individuals may perceive distortions, eerie changes, or hallucinations of their own reflection, contributing to their fears. Now, this brings up a good topic. Some of you may know that I am a paranormal investigator, and one of the things I love to set up and let people try so they can experience it is called a psychomanthium. So what is a psychomanthium? Basically, a psychomanthium is a room where I will put two mirrors facing each other, a chair in the middle. It is usually in a very dark closet, and it is lit by an extremely dim light, basically a candle flicker. And I will lock people in the closet. You know, they're willing to do it because they want to experience it. I don't lock them in there on purpose, but I will lock them in the closet and give them a few minutes alone to reflect on their reflection. And most people that do this come out and they say that they experience what we just discussed. Their faces seem to change. They seem to start hearing things audibly, almost like voices kind of whispering in their ear. They can see things right over their shoulder, but can't get a clear glimpse. It's an interesting thing. If you've never tried a psychomanthium, I strongly suggest you may look into doing it. But I digress. Let's get back to this topic at hand. But those are just a few reasons that people may have an irrational fear of mirrors. Now, the reason we're going to talk about locking mirrors was already mentioned. Portals, doorways that other spirits or beings and entities can come through. That's one of the big ones. Another one is sometimes a mirror that sees a traumatic experience can capture that energy inside of it and seem to cause chaos. Now, let's talk about some superstitions surrounding mirrors. So, superstitions surrounding mirrors are common in many cultures and have been passed down through generations. These superstitions often revolve around the belief that mirrors possess mystical or supernatural properties that can affect a person's luck, well-being, and even their own soul. Here are some superstitions and beliefs associated with mirrors. Breaking a mirror. Perhaps one of the most well-known mirror superstitions is the belief that breaking a mirror brings 7 years of bad luck. This superstition is rooted in ancient beliefs that mirrors held a piece of a person's soul. Breaking the mirror was seen as damaging the soul and bringing misfortune. Covering mirrors during mourning. In some cultures, it is customary to cover mirrors in a house when someone dies. The belief is that the deceased person's soul might become trapped in the mirror, or that seeing one's reflection while mourning could invite bad luck or illness. No mirrors at night. Some superstitions advise against looking into a mirror in a dark room or at night, as it is believed that doing so can summon spirits or supernatural entities. This superstition is also associated with the fear of the unknown and the belief that mirrors can be portals to other realms. Mirrors as a portal to the spirit world. In various cultures, mirrors have been used as a tool for communicating with the spirit world. People have practiced mirror gazing or scrying, in which they concentrate on their reflection to receive messages or visions from the beyond. Covering mirrors during thunderstorms. In some regions, there's a superstition that mirrors should be covered during thunderstorms. It is believed that the lightning from a thunderstorm could strike and shatter the mirror, causing harm to anyone nearby. Mirrors reflecting the soul. Some cultures believe that mirrors not only reflect physical appearances, but also reveal the true nature of a person's soul. Looking into a mirror with negative thoughts or intentions might be thought to reflect back negative energy. Avoiding mirrors at night. It is a superstition in some cultures to avoid looking into a mirror at night, especially if it is placed directly across from a bed. This is believed to prevent encountering spirits or negative energies in the mirror. And one more that I want to add to this list would be having two mirrors face each other. So it is thought that if two mirrors directly face each other and show the reflections to each other, that can open up another dimension or portal for entities, negative beings to enter into the real world with you. So now that we've discussed a couple of superstitions and some reasons for fear of mirrors, let's talk about what locking a mirror is and what it is used for. Okay. So, locking a mirror in witchcraft typically refers to the practice where a witch or practitioner intentionally binds or seals a mirror, either physically or energetically, to prevent it from reflecting certain energies, entities, and intentions. The reason for locking a mirror can vary widely or depend on the practitioner's specific intent and the tradition they follow. Now, here are some of the common reasons why someone may choose to lock a mirror. Protection. Locking a mirror can be a protective measure to shield oneself or one's space from negative energies, entities, or malevolent intentions. By locking the mirror, practitioners aim to prevent harmful influences from entering through reflections. Divination. Now, some of us may lock mirrors when using them for scrying or divination to create a stable, controlled environment for receiving messages or visions without external interference. Next, concealment. Mirrors are believed to have the ability to reveal hidden truths or secrets. Locking a mirror can be a way to prevent others from gaining access to your personal or magical secrets. Redirecting energy. In certain magical practices, mirrors are used to redirect energy or intentions. By locking the mirror, a practitioner can ensure that the energy or intention is contained or directed as desired. Spirit work. When working with spirits or entities, locking a mirror can serve as a means of containing or controlling their presence. It can prevent spirits from wandering freely or causing disturbances. So those are just a few of the reasons that we may want to lock a mirror. Now let's talk about how to lock a mirror. Now, locking a mirror involves using various techniques to prevent it from reflecting certain energies, entities, or intentions, like I said before. Now, here are some of those ways that we can do it. Number one, the simplest, covering the mirror. One simple method is to physically cover the mirror with a cloth, paper, or a special covering. This blocks the mirror's reflective surface and its ability to transmit energies. You can choose a covering material that corresponds to your intention, such as a black cloth for protection or a white cloth for purity. Salt water and cleansing. You can cleanse the mirror with a mixture of salt and water. Dissolve the salt in the water, then sprinkle or spray it onto the mirror's surface while visualizing the mirror being cleansed and sealed. This process can help lock the mirror's energy and protect it from unwanted influences. Next, anointing with protective oils. Anointing the mirror with protective oils like frankincense, myrrh, or lavender oil can be a way to lock its energy. Rub a small amount of the oil onto the mirror's frame or surface while stating your intention to lock it. Now, don't do this right in the middle of the mirror. You're just going to ruin everything. If you're going to do this, put the oil in the upper corners and the bottom corners. Don't put it right in the middle. Smudging or incense. Passing the mirror through the smoke of cleansing herbs or incense, such as sage, cedar, or palo santo, is a way to clear any negative energy and lock its purpose. Visualize the smoke purifying and sealing the mirror. Sigils or runes. This is one that I use. So you were going to create a protective sigil or a rune on a piece of paper, then affix it to the back of a mirror. This symbolizes your intent to lock the mirror's energies. You can also draw the sigil directly onto the mirror with a dry erase marker or lipstick. I always will just draw it on paper and I will tape it to the back. Next, enchantment and spells. You can perform a specific enchantment or a spell to lock the mirror's energy. This may involve reciting incantations or prayers, using candles or crystals, and focusing your intent on sealing the mirror's properties. Burying or consecrating. For a more permanent locking, some practitioners bury or conceal the mirror in a place where it won't be disturbed. This method ensures that the mirror remains locked away from the outside world. A moonlight or sunlight bath. Exposing the mirror to moonlight or sunlight while focusing on your intention to lock its energy can also be effective. Now, leave the mirror in the moonlight overnight or in the sunlight during the day. As you do this, occasionally go out there, focus your intention on the mirror, and speak out loud what you are wanting the moonlight or sunlight to help you with. And so when you lock a mirror, it's essential to have a clear intention and purpose in mind. Your intent should guide the process, whether it's for protection, divination, or any other specific purpose. Additionally, it's essential to maintain respect for the mirror and any spiritual energies or entities involved in the process. All right, guys. Well, that is it. That was a little bit of a deep dive into mirrors and how to lock them. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I do hope that you found this video helpful or informative at least. Tune in next week for another episode of Stirring the Cauldron. Have a blessed rest of your day.